Hello and welcome to my first YouTube video tutorial. I will be showing how I create my fluid art purses, and I do coat them in resin. The purses are just a clear acrylic clutch purse that I have gotten off of Amazon, and I use a lot of tape to tape off the areas. And there I'm showing you, I just take one side at a time. I'll tape off quite a bit so that I protect the gold casing area, and so that the paint doesn't run into the inside of the purse itself. I want to make sure that it's a nice tight seal, and I use the green frog tape for this. I find that holds up better and it creates a nice seal. I think I actually use quite a bit of tape on this one. And again, I only do one side at a time. Sorry, I'm off a little from the camera there. And just trying to make sure that everything is sealed off. And away we go to taping. I'll go ahead and speed up some so that this video isn't what it had originally was going to be, of over 45 minutes. It was close to an hour, but I'm trying to get it down in time, so hopefully we can do that. But again, taping off the sides, and then the hardest part you'll see coming up is this purse actually has little feet at the bottom. They're like little clear nubs, I guess you could say, square nubs, so that when you set the purse down, it's like little feet. That was difficult, and you'll see that I kind of struggle throughout it, but I tape one side at a time, and I left that protective piece on the bottom on the other side, so that it even creates another layer to protect that side as well. So I'll go ahead and speed up the rest of the taping, and I'll be back. So here, this is where I had spray painted the clear part of the purse. It actually helps with the paints to adhere, almost like when you spray paint, like a tumbler or something like that. So it helps with the paint. And I just poured down a layer of titanium white from Amsterdam. And this is where I get to have some fun and just lay down different colors of paint. And truthfully, I don't recall what some of the colors are. Some of them were just mixed up blends, but this was like a deep violet purple. I think that was from Liquitex, and the first one, I don't remember the name of it. And then I'm going to lay down like a magenta, and just kind of wherever, chaos style, I guess you can call it, for the Dutch pour. This was a pink. I think all paints were Liquitex except for the base paint of the Amsterdam titanium white. And this I am putting is Rose Gold by Folk Art, I think it was, or Deco Art. And then I add in, I believe I'm going to add titanium white as a top layer. And of course, you know, torching to get rid of any bubbles, to pop the bubbles. So here I go with my titanium white, just kind of all over, having fun. And this is where I take and pop the bubbles again. And I want to make sure that I get those bubbles popped so that as it's drying, it doesn't put any more, I guess you could call them like poke holes or anything like that to pop through. And my little flower hair dryer, and just go in and create my look that I'm trying to go for. And I just kind of blow the paint around. And again, don't forget that you don't want the paint to be too thick or, you know, too much paint on your surface, because what happens is it can dry with some cracking. I think they call it crazing. And you don't want that. It'll create those little pits and divots. So this way it dries smooth. You don't want to leave too much paint on there. So I think I'm happy with the design there. And there we go. That's the wet look of it. And then from here, I'll go in and I'll show you the dried look. I think it turned out pretty good. So here's the dry. And this is where I'm going to go in. And I'm going to clean it up with 91% isopropyl alcohol. Try and say that 5 times fast. And this just, you know, gets rid of any dust or anything like that. And preps it for resin. And for the drying time, it's dry within about 24 hours. But you want to make sure that you let it cure for at least a week before you put resin on. So now this is where I'm getting ready to put on the resin. And I think I only used, you know, part A and part B, 10 of each, total of 20 mLs. And I added in some gold, I think it was gold dust, to give, you know, like a sparkly look through it. I'll go ahead and fast forward through this, but public service announcement, please make sure you wear the proper PPE. As you see, I have gloves on, and then make sure you have a respirator on as well. Or unless you're in a well, you know, make sure you're in a well ventilated area. I am inside. I open up my sliders, my sliding glass doors, and I'm in Florida, so I have pretty nice weather. But here you can see I'm going in and putting on the resin. And then you want to make sure you cover it, pop those bubbles, of course. And then once you're ready to let it cure, and here we go, it's all cured. It kind of looks like there's a hole right there, but that's just a real deep color of like mauve, I guess you could say. But here's the cured results, and this is where I'm going to try and take the tape off. Now the tape can get a little tricky. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up this whole process so that we can reduce on time. And you'll be able to see me get to the second side. Hi, welcome back. This is where I'm showing you the sides that have been completed, with the resin. It's been about a week, but I'm going to go ahead and take that backing off from the other side, and then, of course, prep it as if I'm, painting for the first time. I do want to make sure that I protect that side that was just completed with, paint and resin. And I use parchment paper there. And that way it gives that protected coating, so to speak. And you'll see me struggle with the tape throughout this to make sure that the parchment paper sticks to the frog tape that I use. But again, frog tape is pretty much, it's the better one to use. But you know how parchment paper is. It can be a little finicky. But I do like parchment paper. That way it, covers it and it's not sticking to the resin and keeps it nice and smooth. So I'll go ahead and speed everything up and play some music while I tape things off and let you watch. So here, I know it's sped up, but I just want to let you know that I have those two little bamboo Dollar Tree cutting boards underneath, and that's actually a piece of self-adhesive cork board, or not board, corking from the Dollar Tree. And I put that down so that it's a nice flat surface and smooth for that resin on the other side that we have completed. That way it stays soft, smooth, and there's nothing there that should harm that resin, because resin really takes about a full week to fully cure, and sometimes it can actually take up to a month to be fully, completely cured. So you really have to be careful with resin. So just creating a nice smooth surface, and that, believe me, I've learned the hard way, to where I used cups and I set it on there, and I ruined the one side of the resin because of the cups, and I had to go in, sand it down, and re-resin. So that's why I have that there. So here we are, working on side 2. As you can see here, I've actually spray painted already the second side and laying down my colors. Please understand that you can use the same colors, but with fluid art, you can't get always the same design. And I always tell any clients that I have that, yes, I can use the same colors, but I can't guarantee the design would be the same on both sides. You can try and do the best that you can to recreate it, but as you know, they usually don't turn out the same. But here I am, just having fun and creating my design with the same colors. I'll go ahead and let you watch. And once you know, my phone ran out of storage space. So here's where I'm going in, fixing my edges and the sides, just trying to make sure that everything is covered and I don't have any thin layers of paint, and just making my little touch-ups. And of course, what you're gonna do is let it dry and cure. Make sure you clean it off and add your resin, let that cure, pull the tape off, and then you can embellish. I actually embellished with rose gold self-adhesive mirrors, but I did find this odorless glue on Amazon. I'll go ahead and link everything below. Please like and subscribe and follow, share, all of that. I appreciate you very much for watching. Hopefully you liked the video, and I'll try and do more. Thank you.